Welcome to Homebrew Magic, a video series about EDH where we do our best to build unique, fun, or just plain silly deck lists to play against each other, followed by a breakdown of how they did so we can all learn and get better at this game that we love.
So, Nelson is no longer with us. At least for this game. He'll probably be back in the next one. But he's still gone. We're still doing Totem. I brought Farideh, Devil's Chosen. Because again, in Nelson's honor, at one time he said he was going to bring Farideh and Shelob to game night, and he didn't. So I made sure that I had Farideh and Shelob both ready to go. So Shelob shit the bed last game. Farideh has 0 win con. My moral victory is rolling one of each die. That will be the objective for the game. We'll see if I get there. Teach, what you got? Suppose I can actually.
That gave me a great idea.
Yeah?
It did.
What up, High Mind? It's your boy Teach.
Woo! I missed Nelson.
Woo!
Yeah. Tonight, my friends are going to hate me again.
I
But here we are.
Dramoka.
I re-sleeped Dramoka when no one was looking. No, it's Korvold.
Nah, that's fine.
Korvold Fakehurst Gang lands. This deck got a bit of an overhaul with Murders of Karloff Manor. Mostly I put the Surveil lands in there, and then a couple new cards, but I also swapped out a couple things to add some older stuff in there. So there's a lot of new things in there I'm hoping to see.
All right, I know what I'm going for first now.
Well, go, Chris.
All right, I brought back Magda, Brazen Outlaw. This is her second time on camera. I tweaked the artifact suite with her a little bit, and I think it'll run a little bit better than it did the first time.
Nice.
With
And
that,
you won the roll-off.
I will draw for the turn. You just still do draw first in tribal,
Yes.
or in totem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
More than 2 players.
Just not EDH.
Oh, straight gas, baby.
Proud of you.
Dwarven Mine will be my land for the turn. It enters tapped. Pass turn.
You're not gonna discard a Simian Spirit Guide into a
No.
fucking Fast Monkey or whatever?
No.
I'll tap up
monkey. That funky monkey.
After careful study, you've determined that the giant ruins serve to track the movement of the planets,
Wait, what's happening?
and they will soon align once more.
Okay.
I'm going to read the flavor text of my D&D lands, because D&D had the most dice rolling stuff, so this deck is a lot of just D&D. But I'm going to play an island and pass to Teach. I hated the idea of flavor text lands. But
I kind of like it now.
yeah, because they're D&D like prompts and little like between adventure things. I like it. It's cool. We're there.
Where dragons once triumphed,
No,
their bones now molder.
you don't have a D&D deck, so you just have a fatty.
Let's tame iron.
I'm sorry, that's not fatty flyway, Korvold.
No,
that's
it's not.
That's eat the
That's
lands
lands.
and poop them out again and then eat them again
Yep.
because 2 girls, 1 land.
Go ahead. 2 girls, 1 land.
Gross. 2 mana. 7 dwarves.
Yeah!
Pass turn.
I like it. Untap, upkeep, draw. Your path lies across the spine of the world, where every cave hides some new
You
danger.
get 2.
Mountain. My land for the turn.
You get 2.
I'm only going to read the basics. Pixie Guide, 1/3 flyer. Grant an advantage. If I would roll 1 or more dice, instead roll that many +1 and ignore the lowest result.
That's a good one.
Go team.
1/3.
It's a 1/3 flyer for 2.
I finished shuffling after I tutored up a Zayator's Proving Ground.
What should I do?
But please.
There are people on the internet who said they enjoy listening to me narrate shit, so fuck you.
I enjoy listening to you narrate shit.
I do want to start recording more audiobook stuff. But I might start with some of the older Magic books and do like, start with the fucking Brothers War. I've only read it like 4 times. 5th one, turn it into an audiobook, get a cease and desist from Wizards, Hasbro, whatever.
We'll cast a Deathrite Shaman.
That's how I know I've made it big. When somebody with money notices and gets pissed off.
I will pass to Chris and activate this Marsh Flats.
They actually printed a card called Cease and Desist in Murders at Karloff Manor.
Nice.
What's one forced?
Mountain will be my land for the turn. Pay 2 mana. I'll cast my commander, Magda, Brazen Outlaw. Other dwarves you control get +1/+0. Now my 7 dwarf is a 3/2. Whenever a dwarf you
None of
control
that
becomes
matters.
tapped, create a treasure token, and then I can sack 5 treasures to search my library for an artifact or dragon and put it onto the battlefield. Oh, you can also block. What with the totems and all. Oh, move to combat. Tej, you don't got enough on your hands. Attacking you for 3.
Well, remember, we're a team.
Yep, I know. Treasure token
It's a 3/2.
is a 3/2.
I don't want to block because I like having advantage.
Neither do I. So we will take it.
Okay.
All right, second main phase. Tap this for a red. Sack this treasure. Second dwarves. Past him.
Untap, upkeep, drawer. I'm not gonna read this
There
one
you
because it's the same
Idiot.
island as before. Actually, we'll play Spire Bluff Canal. Then we will also go to combat. Chris and Tej, no flyers.
No flyers.
1 in the air.
What's this, Tej? Why am I 39 already?
Because I used a marsh flats.
God.
We used a marsh flats.
Listen, we used one on him. So
I will, for its spectacle cost,
alright.
light up the stage.
That stage is lit.
Exile the top 2 cards of my library until the end of my next turn.
I hope I cut you like
oh,
shit.
damn.
Well, I get to surveil.
Island and command tower, so I'm gonna be getting that command tower next turn because I already played land for this turn. Go ahead, Teach.
Alright, I surveilled from my underground mortuary. I put a Shiner's Ignition into the graveyard.
Good. Fuck that card.
Untap. Draw. I will. Could do that. Actually, I think I should. I'm going to tap my Deathrite Shaman to exile a land from a graveyard and add 1 mana of any color landfall. I'm going to get rid of this Marsh Flats. 2/3. Crucible of Worlds.
Nice.
And for turn will be Bloodstained Mire. Go Chris.
He's doing it again.
Chris, we're doing life.
Draw for the turn.
There's gotta be dice roller cards that get rid of artifacts and graveyards.
There's gotta be.
There's gotta be.
Wait, is that what we want to do? Sure. Well,
Commercial District. Where are you, Commercial District? There you are.
I'm tapped out.
no, you're not.
Surveil. I'm tapped out. I don't have a
Creature-wise, I only got spells.
Oh boy, do we?
do it.
Yep. I will move to combat. Schnell, I'll attack you with my commander. Tej, I'll attack you with these guys. These guys tonight will be played by 4/3 dwarves.
Yeah, that's a lot of dwarf. She was dwarf for the money.
Attack trigger. Triggers.
Alright, well, I've got nothing to do.
I also have nothing to do.
How much should we take?
8 regular and 2 commandy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
She was
8.
dwarf for the money.
And we will take 2 from Chris.
Any creatures in graveyards yet? I don't believe
No.
so.
Nope.
Not on my watch.
Oh. Then I will pass turn.
Okay.
It's
Untap.
untapped like it was my turn. Like an idiot.
Draw. Ugh, but I like having advantage. Okay, land for the turn
Oh, sorry.
will be the command tower. That island will be just exiled for really.
Chris is a creature in the graveyard.
What is it?
It's Cavalier Flame.
Got it. That's a really good guy. I believe you use him for combos and such.
Not combos, just to end the game.
Everything
fuck
that
it. We'll
kills
cast
needs a combo.
my commander, Farideh. Whenever I roll one or more dice, she gains flying and menace until the end of the turn. If any of those results were 10 or higher, I also draw a card.
3/3.
3/3.
Ooh.
Go ahead, teach.
Untap. Draw. I will pay 2 for a Sakura Tri-Builder.
You got it.
I will play Bloodstained Mire from a graveyard.
Gross.
I will pass to Chris.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to pay 2 mana. I'm going to cycle Desert of the Fervent.
Marcus Theater. All of my surveil lands are up.
Draw for the turn.
Just watching patiently to see if my cat throws up in my shoes or
Just
around
near
my
them.
shoes.
Malton will
Also,
do my life for the turn.
maybe you wouldn't be hacking if you didn't have your face in my shoe.
You did this to yourself, cat.
I need to wash or sanitize my shoes. When I have to go into the production environment, I have to put these rubber booties over my feet, so it really seals in the juices.
Gross.
Yeah.
I will pay 5 mana.
You don't bring those home and then leave them in your house.
I will cast Sky Sovereign Console Flagship.
Ooh, nice.
When it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls. I will choose your commander.
Okay.
Then I will move to combat.
Real fucking rude.
Both at Teach again. Still 4/3s.
I am going to
Attack trigger. 2 more
Wow.
treasures.
treasures. Trample.
No trample.
All right, I'm going to block both of them. After blocks were declared, I'm going to. No, nothing. I'm just going to block.
Okay.
After blocks are declared, I'll sacrifice my elder. Get a basic. Tree forest. That forest specifically.
Then I will pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep drawer. We'll land for the turn mountain. I'm one shy of recasting my commander. Because fuck y'all. Pass to teach.
Chris.
I'm gonna do nothing. I'm at least gonna do nothing quickly. As you make camp near the ancient ruin, you hear the sound of drums echoing in the halls where no dwarf has lived in generations.
Drums in the deep.
They don't actually show where this is taking place, but no, it is not Middle Earth. It's in the Forgotten Realms, so.
I'm going to cast Demonic Lore. When it enters the battlefield, I draw 3 cards. And at the beginning of my end step, I lose 2 life for each card in my hand.
Oh, I know I'm going to be losing 2 life.
Land for turn is a forest. We'll go here. Course of Krufix. I play if the top card of my library revealed. I can play if it's a land. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, I gain 1 life.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
I'm going to try Gale's Redirection. Exile target spell.
Yeah.
Then roll a d20 and add that spell's mana value. So that's a 3.
Yep.
So I get advantage on this. So first roll. So that's a 13, and the second roll is a 17. So exile target spell. It is exiled. I may cast the exiled spell without paying its mana cost for as long as it remains exiled.
Okay. It is yours now.
Floating in the ether.
Yes.
Be gentle.
Nope.
And my turn 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
The end of your turn. I'm going to sack 5 artifacts. 5 treasures to grab an artifact. Put it, or dragon. Shouldn't say that. Or dragon. It's gotta be an artifact. Ooh, 7 dwarves.
So I rolled a d20. One die down.
Darksteel Forge. Seems like a good artifact.
Your artifacts are indestructible?
Yes.
Nice. Where's your liquid metal torque now, asshole?
I just saw it when I searched my deck. Please, please cut to the top. Put the torque on top. Untap. Draw.
You tap your Sky Sovereign and then untap it right away?
No.
You kind of grabbed it.
I didn't mean to. I might have. Mayhap, I did. Land for the turn will be a treasure vault.
It's a good land. I like that one.
2 mana. I will cast Metallic Mimic. I will choose Dwarf.
Yeah.
Right.
Teach, are we just gonna get steamrolled by fucking dwarves?
No.
No.
Nothing's over.
That's brisk.
Balthor the Stout. All barbarians get +1/+1. I think he's the only barbarian in the deck.
See?
But he's a dwarf. And he's a pumpable dwarf.
Nice.
He can only pump himself.
Pump it up.
I will tap the Metallic Mimic to crew the flagship because it is a 3/1 with the +1/+0 from Magda. Oh, he enters with the 1/1 counter for Metallic Mimic. When that becomes tapped, make a treasure token. We'll move to combat.
Yep.
When the Sky Sovereign attacks, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. I have to target
My
the
one
fairy.
flyer. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
We will get steamrolled.
Yeah, I was just
Dwarves.
fucking.
That's Sky Sovereign.
I didn't want to get.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, sorry. I'm sorry, there's still 4 3s.
Yeah.
So, 14.
We're down to 12.
A little different than the first game. Pass the turn.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. Land for the turn. I already read that text before, so we're not going with that. Chain reaction.
You blowing things up.
X damage to each creature where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield.
Alright. What can I do about that?
Play more creatures.
I'm going to respond by cycling Forgotten Cave.
Crew your vehicle.
Yeah, that
Yep.
shows.
I am going to crew my vehicle.
What?
I mean, it's indestructible.
Why?
But yes, I'm going to tap both of these to crew it. Effectively overcrewing it, creating 2 more treasures.
Oh, you're just tapping your dwarves.
And then
Yeah,
while
seven
this
treasures.
is still in play, I'm going to sack these to go get something.
Okay.
But then yes, it's going to... all my stuff's going to die.
Get a creature. Okay, here.
Dragon or artifact.
I will let you finish resolving that before I do anything else.
I'll let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish. I don't know what else he said. Someone else had something of all time. The greatest.
Go.
Fucking hate
Give
that.
me one moment. I apologize.
No, that's fine.
You hate the term goat.
Yes.
Me too.
It's really dumb.
Oh, it should be 12 again.
Possibly this. Or 22 with on the spectrum.
The goat spectrum.
Meh.
I think we're just going to get that. Roaming throw.
Nice.
Not a bad one.
When it enters, I will choose a creature type. I will choose a dwarf.
Okay.
It is the chosen type, and if a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers an additional time.
Just the chosen one.
I almost pulled the liquid metal torque. I had it set aside.
It's fair. Okay, I'm gonna continue my pre-combat main phase. Yeah. I will cast this Cursor of Krufix. Does it resolve?
Yeah.
Alright. So I play with the top card of my library revealed. It's an Ordeal of Thassa. You only play that if it's a land. No lands for the turn. Fortunately, that is it. I was hoping the land drop out of that. Go ahead, Teach.
How's that? And for turn will be a mountain. Let's go this.
If I have one more mana and 3 more things, I've got answers for all that shit.
I will cast Korvold, Faker's King. Whenever Korvold enters the battlefield or attacks, sacrifice another permanent. I will sacrifice to Manticore.
That's a good choice.
I'll get it.
I would have fucked it up.
Whenever I sacrifice a
I
permanent,
usually get lands back. I'll sacrifice a land.
flood a +1/+1 counter on Korvold and draw a card.
How much life did you lose at the beginning?
12.
Oh, okay. It was at end stuff. Gotcha. Goddamn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will be my turn. Well, Chris.
Can we recover?
Oh, we can.
Draw for the turn. I will cast Dermataxy. Such a weird name. Imprint. As it enters the battlefield, exile a creature card from a graveyard. I will choose your Cavalier.
Okay, where's it going?
And then to crew it, I have to tap 2 untapped creatures I control. Until end of turn, it becomes a copy of it. Except it's a vehicle in addition to its other
Cavalier
types.
Flame.
Alright, so I won't get any of the
ETBs.
ETB stuff, but at least you don't have access to it.
Correct.
Four in that. Alright.
I misread a card. We might be bummed.
I will recast my commander. She enters with the 1/1 counter.
I mean, the Sky Sovereign's a big flyboy.
It is.
I will use Magda to crew the Sky Sovereign. Now, if that is a triggered ability, right? Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token, right?
If a triggered ability of another
Yep,
creature you control of the chosen type triggers an additional time.
Yes. So I would get 2 treasures.
Correct.
Okay. Then I will move to combat. Teach, I will attack you with these 3. Attack trigger, I will bolt Korvold. It's kind of a silly choice. I should have bolted that thing, but I'll stay with it. 2 more triggers. 4 more triggers.
Yeah.
I'll block Metallic Mimic.
I will block the flagship.
Okay.
So we will take 4 from Throne.
Yep.
And the Mimic dies.
It's indestructible.
Indestructible.
And
Mimic
it
doesn't
should.
die.
It's 3 power, and the thing's 4.
What is it, 3 power?
+1 +0
That's
from
right.
the dwarf.
That's right.
Ah, okay. So, we took slightly less damage. We took roaming throne damage.
Yep.
Pass turn.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. I draw the Oracle, and I reveal Surge Mirror. Why is that stupid? I like it. That's
Pro green, right? Or hexproof from green? I forget what they did that
can't
year.
be blocked by green
That's
creatures.
it.
Yeah.
That was such a weird cycle.
Yes, it was. This deck needs more updates, but there's not a lot of dice roller cards.
No, I'm actually in the midst of tweaking my will deck as well, and yeah, it's sparse.
The reason I brought this deck back to the table after like fucking 3 years of not playing it is I ordered the latest unset that's actually legal. They had some dice rollers in there that were actually decent, so.
Oh, I got a Beeble. I got a Beeble in will.
Nice. I don't think I have a people in here. Earth Cult Elemental. When it enters the battlefield, roll a d20.
The Beeble does the same thing as your fairy.
Crit.
Ooh.
Each opponent sacrifices 2 permanents.
Hooray!
2
Permanents, you say?
Yep.
Dermataxi and a treasure.
I will get rid of the Forest in a Mountain.
Sack the Crucible.
That's just
This is
exile?
just exiled
Okay.
now. That was a good one.
Creep.
Fuck.
Yeah. No.
You
that
sure
was-
you don't want to roll a second time? Oh, you can't.
That was
Okay.
natural. That was natural. I'm gonna swing at you guys for 2 with the Cursor of Krufix.
You will take it.
I can do. We'll take it.
Flash something in, sacrifice. Yeah. Done. Go ahead, Teach.
What's that? Draw. God damn it. I'll play that Forest again, I lost.
Sorry.
That's not your fault.
While you were doing that, I'm going to sacrifice 5 treasures and go look for something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. I am going to cast Titania, Protector of Argoth. When Titania enters the battlefield, I return a land card from my graveyard to the battlefield.
What do I have for dragons?
And whenever a land I control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, I get a 5/3 elemental token. So I will bring back that Bloodstained Mire. And I will pass the turn over to Chris.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to put into play Coveted Jewel.
I will activate Bloodstained Mire.
When it ETBs, I draw 3. It taps for 3 mana of any one color, and whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls attacks me and isn't blocked, that player draws 3 cards and gains control of Coveted Jewel. It is coveted.
Yes. Still think that card should have been the reskin for the Blood Bowl football that they did.
I think so too.
Yeah. Real poor choice what they went with. So much so that I barely remember what it actually is.
I think it's Arcane Signet.
I think so too, but that's...
I don't know. I could check my Toulouse deck because it's in there.
Nice.
I fetch up a
Right.
Seablade.
Draw my 3.
I get a 5/3.
Untap. Draw for the turn. Land for the turn. I already played a land. Played the wrong land.
How
I'm an
many
idiot.
versions of Arcane Signet are there?
Oh boy, if you count all the different commander sets,
51.
yeah. For a card that was first printed in the first Throne of Eldraine set. Fucking dumb.
In
The Brawl deck.
Brawl, that's the word I couldn't think of. Remember Brawl decks? Remember Brawl formats?
For a hot minute, yeah.
Alright, I will... Crew. I will... How big is that guy? A 6/6?
6/6.
I will attack Tej with these 2. I will attack Schnell with the Sky Sovereign. I will bolt Titania.
Okay.
6 treasures.
I'll block the Roaming Throne with the 6/6.
I'll block and Valaknomic. 5/3. We take 6, we're down to 2. Unless...
Can I get 2 more points through? I think that only deals to creatures.
You
Do you
don't
have a dragon?
Do you have an obelisk of Erd in there?
I do not.
Do you have a dragon that'll deal damage on enter?
I don't think so.
Waste those treasures to find out.
I will cast Renegade Freighter. And I will pass the turn.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. Get my Surge Mare. Swarming goblins. Can't be blocked by green creatures. Do you have any of those?
I have one.
Okay. We're gonna equip the Ordeal of Thassa onto. Fuck it. The Earth Cult Elemental.
Is that the 1/1?
Whenever
counters?
it attacks, it gets a +1/+1 counter. Then it has 3. I sacrifice it, and then treasure chest. Pay for, roll, sack it. Well, you're just gonna swing out and win in the air, so I'm gonna swing at your totem with the 7/7.
I won't block it.
Gets a counter.
Can't block it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna block. You get the coveted jewel. It untaps and you gain 3.
Oh shit. Gain 3.
Or draw 3.
Oh, okay.
Gain 3 cards to hand.
1,
And 3 mana.
2, 3. Top card revealed. Diviner's Portent. So, does that change? Does that allow me to do any? I can't play stuff off the top of my library. And fuck it. We're gonna pay 3 and a 4, and we're gonna roll a d20, activating the treasure chest. A second. Hope for a crit. 17. I gain 3 life. Draw 3 cards.
Hooray!
Diviner's Portent, Vexing Puzzle Box,
That's a card I don't have a copy of in Will.
Curse of Swine. That'd be
Uh-oh.
That's useful.
but it's not going to matter. And then top card is a Mask of Memory. Whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls attacks you and aren't blocked, they gain the jewel. Yeah, too little, too late.
I still have a turn.
Help me.
Nothing's
one.
over.
So we will discard down to hand size, keeping 3, 4, 5, 6,
One card here that might do it.
7. Okay. Go ahead, teach.
Untap. Draw. You ain't it.
Miss Thang. Dial 1-800-MIX-A-LOT.
Alright, we need to block that flyer.
I mean, next turn, I can curse a swine. Assuming again, next turn.
You don't have flyer.
Nope.
You have one creature untapped.
Yep.
It's my creature.
It's mine now.
I don't like that. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I don't
5,
own it
6, 7.
because slavery is wrong, but I do control it because slavery is a thing.
I can get out a second creature. That leaves us with, look at me counting creatures. 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Your weakest one being a 2/1. So, that might be the right play. I will.
Watch it, wasn't. Because he can just, instant speed get any artifact or dragon? Poop it out.
Yes, I know that. The
Well,
audience didn't know that, and now you ruined it for
I
them.
ruined the surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll cast Korvold. I will sacrifice Crucible of Worlds. Counter. Draw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. for turn will be an Arid Mesa. I'll pass the turn.
The end of your turn.
There it is.
Going to cast Zoyoa's Justice.
Nice.
The owner of target artifact or creature with mana value 1 or greater shuffles it into the library. I will target the coveted jewel.
But it's mine.
Then that player discovers X, where X is its mana value.
Good play.
So this gets shuffled in, and then I discover for the first time ever. I even played in this pre-release. I did not discover that day.
I did real good in that pre-release.
Yes, you did.
I think I came in second.
Did I come in 4th that same day?
Maybe.
I think I did.
I probably screenshotted the results and shared them at our Discord all that long ago. I was that excited to have come in second. Tee-hee.
All right, reveal until I hit something 7, non-land 7 or less.
6?
6 or less. Ooh. I will cast that. Rest on the bottom in a random order. I do not have to pay the additional cost, correct?
You do have to pay an additional cost.
Yeah.
Okay. I will discard Labyrinth of Skullfos. Draw 2, create 2 treasure tokens. Okay. Then at the end of your turn, go grab something. I think I got stuff in here. One moment. I'm looking for something in particular.
Steel Hellkite.
I think I have that in here. That and Goldspan.
Either one.
Oh, this will work. I'll get Magmatic Galleon.
That's not a dragon.
Nope, but it is an artifact.
ETB deals 5?
Deals 5 to target creature and opponent controls. I will target Korvold.
Oh, you fool. Sacrifice this Arid Mesa. Put a counter on him. Draw a card.
You got it.
Eat my ass.
Actually, you take it from
Yeah.
a different fucking life total.
I did forget about that. I forgot this is still on your turn. My plan was to bolt at the rest of the Sky Sovereign, but that's on 2 separate turns. That's not how that works.
Now you left me with a free mana open.
And an eaten ass. If I'm keeping track of the game state.
Alright, untap.
Judge? Yep, eaten.
State based.
Timestamp eaten.
Right.
I don't know why I don't just run a cursor or crew fix in this deck main board. It's really cool to see a bunch of shit. Also, so many card draws in, and I haven't seen a single fucking land since I've taken it.
Canoptic Spider is the play.
I love Canoptic Spiders.
Is it in your spider deck? It's a spider.
I thought about it, but it doesn't have. Well, it's a flyer, but
Yeah.
I don't have enough artifacts for it to matter.
4/4 flyer. Whenever another non-token artifact, creature, or vehicle enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Well, let's leave that. Oh.
You just tap out and win, right?
I think so.
Can you?
I'm going to. I will.
It's not going to.
I will crew the flagship. That is crew 2. We'll crew the galleon. Do I want to crew the galleon?
Do you run Lupine Prototype in that deck to crew things too?
I do not.
I love Lupine Prototype.
I should.
It's a 5/5 for 2.
You are not crewed. Alright, so these 4 will be attacking. All at Tej.
I can block 2 of them.
On combat, I will bolt the elemental.
I can block one of them.
I will block the biggest on the ground one, which I believe is the Roaming Throne.
There, that is 5/4. This is a 5/5.
Okay.
I get 2, 4, 6 more
I'll block
of these.
the 5/5.
Okay. Whenever one or more creatures your opponents control are dealt excess non-combat damage.
We've already been eliminated from the game.
Yes. All right. Yep. Got it. Tonight was the sophomore effort of my Magda deck, and after a few tweaks, it performed off the charts. One of the cards that I decided to put in for this second game was Darksteel Forge. It is a massively expensive card, but her ability to sacrifice five treasures to get any artifact or dragon and poop it into play kind of nullifies that. I thought it would be a lot of gas for this deck, and it turned out, hey, it really was, but I wasn't happy about it. It made the deck fly. It was like nitrous for this thing, but it wasn't fun, and I think I'm going to take it out of the deck. It's just too obvious of a first thing to get. It was fun the one time. I don't want that to become a play pattern. Maybe I can find something, a little objectively worse. I don't know. I like to do things like this once. I don't want them to become repetitive. Kind of like with my Rionia deck, it kind of follows a similar thing. The deck can be consistent, but as long as you're doing fun and new cards, different cards each time, it doesn't feel so bad for me. I think that's what I'm going to do in this instance. I'm going to find something else. If there's anything that can make artifacts a little tougher to target or something, maybe artifacts that just have hexproof or ward, tweak it up a little bit. I was happy with this for the one game, but I don't think this will be a permanent thing going forward. That being said, Tej's Korvold deck is typically a house, but with the fast start that Magda had tonight, nobody was really able to keep a board state, so nobody really did much of anything. Schnell's Farideh deck, dice rolling decks are just, they're always slow. I have one, I love it as well. Mine happens to be Will with a background. Same two colors though, because those are the best dice rolling colors. But it does the same thing. It's really putsy to get any kind of board state rolling with that. I liked this Magda deck quite a bit. I think it may stay in rotation, but like I said, with my Rionia deck, I'm just going to keep swapping out that suite of threats that it has access to, just to keep the deck from getting stale.
Chris ran away with that game. He was just faster than I was, and that's not always the case with Korvold. Korvold, can get out of hand real quick if left unchecked. But tonight it just wasn't in my favor. I had a very slow suite of cards in my hands. I had the Courser of Crufix. I had the Crucible of Worlds. I mulliganed down to 6 at the start of the game too. I don't think I mentioned that off the top, but that was a factor. So the Crucible of Worlds was useful to get the fetch lands out of my graveyard again and get lands that way. But I was thinking about it a little bit. Every land that I fetched up, there were the 3 Surveil lands from Murders at Karloff Manor, which are super good cards, by the way. I was not on board with them at first because they enter the battlefield tapped, but the more I thought about it in Korvold, I realized that wasn't a very big issue potentially, because I can get lands untapped at the top of the game if I need them, then use the Surveil later in the game. But as it turned out, I didn't need untapped lands because I didn't have anything in my hand that I could actually play. So I would rather, I chose to get the dual lands and the Surveil to try to filter out some things. Maybe I could have played a little differently, I don't know. Not based on what was in my hand. Nevertheless, Korvold, like I said, got kind of a bit of an overhaul this past weekend here, including not counting the Surveil lands. I also threw in 2 other cards from Murders at Markov Manor. The first one was Aftermath Analyst. This is a 1/3 elf detective for 2 mana. When it enters the battlefield, I mill 3 cards, but I can pay 3 and tap it and sacrifice it to return all lands from my graveyard to the battlefield tapped. This is essentially just a second copy of World Shaper, and arguably a better copy of World Shaper. World Shaper will return everything from my graveyard to the battlefield, but only if it dies, which isn't always in my control. It is if I attack with Korvold and I can sacrifice and get the lands out. This one I just need to put the mana into it and I can do it. So it's not left up to my opponents trying to kill it or Korvold eating it. Aftermath Analysis seemed like a very good fit for this deck. Excuse me 1 second. I dropped one on the floor. The other one that I threw into the deck that I didn't see tonight, but I'm excited to see in play, Case of the Locked Hothouse. This is a case, an enchantment, new enchantment type. I can play an additional land on each of my turns. That's exactly what Korvold wants to do, play those lands, especially with the fetches and with something like Crucible Worlds out, I could just play lands. Up that land count, up the number of lands I can play, it gets out of control quickly. To solve the case, I need to control 7 or more lands, super easy to do in this deck. And when the case is solved, this enchantment gets the ability, I can look at the top card of my library anytime, and I can play lands and cast creatures and enchantments from the top of my library. That's essentially adding another card to my hand. And it seems very, very good with the ability to play the lands and cast creatures. Enchantments, I've got a couple, not terribly concerned about that. Mainly, it's just the lands. The ability to play more lands a turn, the ability just to have essentially an extra card in hand. This seems like a very good fit for this deck, so I'm excited to actually have it on the table one day. Today was not that day, however. Chris, that Dwarf deck is amazing. I really like that. I got nothing to say. He had a very fast start. I could not do anything to slow him down. I thought I was going to be able to take care of that Darksteel... What was it?
What did you
Forge? Who's it?
I think it's Forge. It is.
Darksteel Forge. I thought I was going to be able to take care of it. But I had... the card in hand was Wild Magic Surge, which I had to read again. It's not a Chaos Warp. Chaos Warp, the owner of target permanent shuffles it into their library. Dark Magic, Wild Magic Surge is a destroy, and I can't destroy it, so I wasn't going to be able to get rid of it. And that plan went right out the window, and after that, the game just kind of went downhill from there. Schnell's Farideh deck, I want to see it again. Dice rolling is always fun to see. We didn't see much of it tonight, so I want to see that deck come back again real soon for Schnell, so I can see more of what it does. I know it rolls dice, but what are we going to do with those dice rolls? I don't know, because we didn't get to see it play tonight.
Today, no no MVPs, only bad feelings. This deck is still an ongoing work in progress. The issue is Farideh originally was built to win with Laboratory Maniac, Thassa's Oracle, basically try to draw out my entire deck, because if you roll high enough, Farideh herself gives you an extra card draw, and I was really trying to lean into that, maximize my dice rolls, maximize my card draw effects. I took those win cons out, but I didn't take out a lot of the stuff that still tried to go with it. So I'm going to swap a lot of the just extra miscellaneous roll to try and draw stuff for interaction. And I think with some of the new dice rolling cards that are out there now, I want to make this more of a Voltron deck with Farideh swinging and rolling dice when she swings from some of those equipment, and just seeing what I can do with a Flying Menace commander soaring through the air and giving me card advantage. So that is how the deck is going to be changed going forward. Right now, I do have to break myself of the habit of, if it has the keyword I like, I keep it in, and just take out some of the dice rolling cards that are bad, and aim for interaction and an actual victory other than just trying to roll one of each die for funsies. I will be putting in the Luck bobblehead and all the other bobbleheads that go with the Fallout set when those are available, just because there are a lot of utility artifacts, and the Luck bobblehead with some of the dice rolling manipulators I think would be a pretty fun way to try and win the game by just rolling enough sixes on d6s as you go. So overall, short game. Chris had fun. That's great. Good for him. Tej and I were there. We did not do our parts to interact with him. And again, that's what it boils down to. In either poor draws or poor deck building for lack of interaction. I've got a deck coming up that basically addresses all of my shortcomings as a deck builder and just deals with my lack of interaction going forward and overcompensating aggressively. To see that, like and subscribe so you're always up on our games and uploads. Thank you.